Greetings, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Videoscope for June 2020 by Ama Lightworker. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please also do listen for the video for your rising sign and moon sign because it will provide you with additional information. This is a very important month that we have ahead. Two eclipses followed by a third one immediately in June. Lots of planets are retrograde. Venus at some point is going to station directly. We are also going to have the summer solstice. So it is a very karmic month full of karmic events happening for everybody. And keep in mind that eclipses do affect our lives for at least 6 months. So you may want to save this video and rewatch it a few times over the course of the next 6 months, because a lot of what I'm saying here may start to unfold over the course of the next 6 months. Now, these are general readings. For those of you who would like to know more, I have already done a whole new reading for every zodiac sign. And in Vimeo, it is an Akashic reading, and it is available for download and purchase. The link for that, for those of you who are interested, is down here below in the show more description box. You may also choose to join the membership program if you click join right here next to the subscribe, or scroll down here in the show more description box and you're going to find a link to join the membership program. If you join, you're going to see different tiers with a lot more services and a lot more readings that I have to offer. In the membership space, I am doing an extra additional Akashic reading for each and every sign of the zodiac that will be twice as long as the Vimeo videos. If you'd like to have a private reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website www.amalightworker.com. Aquarius Sun, Rising, and Moon. The general feeling that I am picking up for you have to dealing with changes, but at the same time, these changes could be daunting or intimidating, reminiscing over the past, nostalgia. An opportunity could be coming back to you. The karmic wheel of your fortune suddenly changes for the better. Positive karmic events taking place, and for some of you could be a month that you may find yourself to be very busy doing new things, partnerships, different kinds of partnerships or friendships in the forming, and it could be about also a love relationship, new developments in a love related situation for some of you Aquarians. Now I'm going to break this down one by one. The first card that wanted to show up is the Knight of Wands. To me, it means changes are daunting or intimidating. People adore him, could be bossy, a risk taker, or could be insensitive to others. If this Knight of Wands represents a person, usually it represents an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. This could be you, Aquarius, if you happen to have your moon sign or your rising sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. They're telling me that for some of you, you are closely related to this Knight of Wands. You do have some sort of a personal relationship to him or her. Could be a friend, could be someone with whom you are affiliated through the work that you do, through a business that you have, through an online community that you may belong to, or through some sort of an organization that you belong to. They may be trying to communicate with you, but there could be some difficulties, either technical difficulties, maybe you didn't get the news or the information in time. Could be the case that for some of you Aquarians, this Knight of Wands, now this could be a different scenario. This Knight of Wands could be somebody that frustrates you a little bit. Maybe the way you communicate is not the most healthy. One could be a client, could be a child, could be a grandchild, could be a sibling, but for some reason I have a sense that things could be a little bit better between the two of you. Either there's also a third scenario, you may be feeling like this Knight of Wands is trying to push you to do something and maybe you're not quite ready for it. Or maybe the time has not arrived yet. You may be feeling pushed, judged, or pressured by this Knight of Wands, or you could be the one trying to make this Knight of Wands understand something so they can act accordingly. You may be struggling during this time to understand the ins and the outs of some sort of a deal or a contract. For some of you, the frustration is coming because you could be trying during this time to break a contract, to break a deal. And if it doesn't happen immediately in June, I have a sense, remember, this reading will extend to the next 6 months. So either in June or in July, you're going to find a way out of that circumstance. If it is a contract, maybe a contract. If it is a deal, you're going to find a way to get out of that deal. The next card that you have is the Six of Cups. To me, it means nostalgia over simple pleasures, nostalgia over childhood, over the old good times, nostalgia over a person. It also means find time, take a moment to smell the roses, because there's more challenges ahead. And sometimes, this card to me, it also means a soulmate. There will be a lot of reconnecting with groups of people, reconnecting with old friends. Some of you at this time are going to start some sort of a new friendship with a person or a group of people with whom you are going to feel that you have known them forever. You may meet a person in a workplace. For some of you, it could be about a new job because they're talking about the spiritual dimension. You're going to gravitate toward a person, but this time around, they are mentioning this in a friendship-related sense. Feelings about a love-related circumstance, about a crush, it may show up again for you. It could be the case that something will happen for you to remember those feelings. Could be a text, could be somebody's profile on Facebook, could be a friend that is mentioning again that person. Because for some of you, I have a sense that you could be feeling reconnected again with an ex. That's not going to be the case for everybody. Now, they're also mentioning a circumstance where travels or a trip could be involved, particularly for those of you who maybe you were stuck in during this quarantine phase in different places, and maybe now you're going to reunite to come together. You may be traveling to them, they may be traveling to you, or somebody is going to finally be coming back home. Even though I have a sense that you're going to have brand new ideas. You may be trying to put together at this time courses, programs, a strategy, a plan, and it's going to work out. But at the same time, I feel that as you are working on figuring out each detail, as you are working to figure out everything step by step, you may be feeling confused, you may be feeling conflicted, you may be sensing some tension, So there's also a sense that you may be feeling busy and scattered. You may be asked, required at this time to help somebody. Somebody may be showing up because maybe they need your approval, maybe they need your opinion, your advice, or your support. You may be asked at this time to purely and simply just show up for yourself, to support yourself where support is needed right now. And for a lot of you, they are emphasizing, um, you may feel the need to socialize, connect either to new groups of people or old friends, old friendships, but do take better care of your body. There's going to be some sort of a reawakening, going back to something that really worked for you. Could be about spiritual practices that work for you. If yoga worked for you, meditation, prayer, you may be going back to that. If running, gardening, eating better worked for you, you may be going back to that. But at the same time, I get a sense through that card of mixing something old and something new. And at the same time, they're telling me that you may be dealing simultaneously with old forces in action, new forces in action. A lot of what they're saying feels very spiritual. You may be feeling more open spiritually. You may be doing a lot more spiritual practices than before. You could be initiating at this time your own spiritual awakening, a new spiritual direction, people that you are going to meet. There's going to be a strong spiritual connection. You are either going to like them or dislike them. Events that are taking place, they feel very karmic. They're going to be potent. And for many of you, these are the events that you are going to remember for a long time to come. So I have a sense that for a lot of Aquarians, they're telling me that a lot of forces are taking action right now to change or to prepare you to go in the direction that is meant for you by these spiritual and karmic forces. And sure enough, the next card is the wheel. And to me, it means karmic good fortune. Sometimes it also means a conflict of interest, unexpected new development, important news that could change or alter your course. Sometimes it simply means important news and information. So the karmic wheel of your fortune will shift and change in a new direction in a positive way. Something will be approved at this time. Maybe you were looking to get some sort of approval from a boss, a supervisor. Maybe you were dealing with the justice system. Maybe you were dealing with banks about a loan. Maybe you were dealing with immigration system. At this time, you are about to receive some news and information. Something will be approved that will enable you to get to the next stage, to get to the next chapter. For some of you, the inner confliction is going to be about you changing your mind, you trying to figure out exactly what do you feel about a person, exactly what do you feel about a circumstance. Any closures that need to take place at this time, emotional closures, ending of a contract, ending of karmic contracts, they are also bringing that up. For some of you, they're telling me that there's going to be some sort of an increase in your financial matters, either through investments, through your work, through a business that you may have. But for some of you, they are also mentioning some sort of an inheritance that will come into play. And again, remember, a lot of what I'm saying may start to unfold in the next 6 months. relocation could still be possible. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. You may be dealing with a Taurus, a Leo or Taurus, that either they are going to intervene, give you some pointers, help you in some ways toward this new karmic luck, but you may also be the one who's going to show up in some ways because God is also working through you. You may also be the one showing up for this Leo or for this Taurus in some ways to help them. And I'm saying Leo because they are pointing out to here and to here. So that's what they're saying. It's not typically what I get with this card. A lot of evil forces and divine forces are going to be in the works. You are going to have a very strong instinct toward what is wrong and what is right. You're going to have a very strong instinct towards what's real and what is not real. You're going to have a very strong instinct to distinguish what is a false promise and what is a real promise, what is the fantasy and what is the reality. And you're going to find a way to be grounded, even though your energy may be feeling scattered. You're going to be busy. A lot could be happening. Somehow you're going to find a way to be and to feel grounded. You may be dealing with what's happening behind the scenes, secrecy. I feel like you were doing something behind the scenes, okay? And you are now going to be able to launch it, whatever it is. You are now ready to take back your power. The next card that shows up for you is Love Begins. You may be spending a lot of time in nature, hiking, going for a bike ride, going for a walk. For some of you, they're mentioning that you're going to be sitting somewhere and then the rainbow is going to appear or the rainbow sign. If that happens to you, that should be an indicator that a lot of karmic and divine forces are in the making. You may be feeling connected to a new purpose. You may be feeling connected to a new job, a new career, something else that you are meant to do because it is in direct alignment with your karma. Okay, with what your soul intended to do in this life. Someone may just show up to help you at this time. Or it could be that one of those karmic encounters could bring in your life a soulmate, someone that maybe you were connected to them somehow in a past lifetime. They're not necessarily telling me that if this happens to you, they're not necessarily telling me that this is the one that you are going to end up with. But there's surely is going to be, you have been together before, so you have some sort of a karma to resolve together, and that's why you have to come together again. You may be dealing with a pregnancy, the possibility of a pregnancy. Some of you may be addressing at this time fertility-related issues, adoption-related issues. Where is it that maybe you were feeling stuck emotionally? Now you're going to gain that emotional clarity. Where is it that you are stuck mentally? You're going to regain that mental clarity. But again, I have this feeling of some of you Aquarians are going to feel very blessed by this new relationship, a new relationship that may start to unfold, could start to take place between June and the upcoming 6 months. August and December seem to be the months mostly highlighted for you because, in some ways, you are going to regain a certain balance that maybe you thought it was lost. You are going to be able to recuperate and bring that balance back. And in that context, they are emphasizing the month of August and September. And I hope that this is making sense to you. Of course, you can, if you like to find out more, you can always go to the Vimeo videos where I'm doing a whole new reading for you. It is an Akashic reading. The link for that, in case you are interested for download and purchase, is down here below in the show more description box. Or you may join the membership program where I'm doing another additional reading for each sign of the zodiac, and they are twice as long as the Vimeo videos. Either click the join button next to the subscribe, or if you scroll down here in the show more description box, you're going to find a link to join there. If you'd like to have a personal reading, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website www.amalightworker.com. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I will reconnect with you in the next video. Bye, Aquarius.